All right, y'all. We are in San Jose, California for Urban Barber College, who booked us to come out to their school and give them a couple classes, man. I think it's really dope that Urban Barber College does this for their students, man. I'm excited to go out there and really try to give as much value as possible. We got, hold on, get over here, bro. Dre.
Relax, bro. Relax.
All right, we got Dre Cut It Out, aka Smoke Break. You ready?
I'm always ready, baby.
So Dre's gonna be on this voiceover for this tutorial. He's gonna help us out, ask some questions and stuff. If you don't know who Dre is one of the guys behind the scenes. If you really mess with us, you know who Dre is. So, but he's always on the road with us, and he's always helping out with the shows, and he's a big part of Tune 45 and what we do. So, y'all make sure y'all check out Dre. Check out his Instagram. Show him love. Let's get started with this tutorial. YouTube, what's going on? Finally back with another video. As you can see, we got the ecosystem here, selecting our weapon of choice, and I got Dre Cut It Out with me on the voiceover, and we're just gonna, go through this haircut.
What's good, y'all? What's good?
So, right now what I'm doing is I have a number 1, and I'm going with the grain. I'm just clearing out that bulk, and the reason why I chose to go with the grain is to try to keep as much darkness as possible around that ridge area. Now I'm going into it with the blade open. It's a little bit different than what I typically would do, right?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you why
I don't know. I just sometimes I get bored. I just want to switch it up. The theory is always the same. It's just in the order in which I do it. So I did the blade open about midway because I wanted it to be kind of like a mid fade, and now I'm just closing it as I go down more until it's bald.
Got you. How often do you switch it up like that?
All the time, bro, to be honest. All the time. Now my number 1 open, I'm going against the grain, and I'm going up about an inch, and I'm pretty much gonna do the same thing. After that, I'm just gonna kind of blend it down into the blade open that I just left off to try to make a fade. So now look, I'm skip guarding though. So instead of using the half guard, I went straight to the blade open, and I'm using the heel of the blade to kind of not create a line into the one open, but try to blend into that blade open. I don't know if that was kind of confusing.
Is that almost like the same technique as if you're like sculpting? Like you're just grazing, or?
Nah. Like you're actually putting pressure with the heel though. It's just the teeth are lifting off of the head as opposed to going into the head, right? And so now I have the number 1 closed, and I'm blending out whatever line I did create with that blade open. And with this, if I can't get the line out that I just created, I'm going in with the teeth and I'm putting pressure so I can get a little bit closer. Hopefully, so I don't have to use the half guard, so I can skip it. And to be real with you, this probably it won't work on everybody, on every texture of hair. Like you can try to skip some guards, but truth be told, like sometimes you might work in the same space over and over again, where just slapping on that half guard would have just eliminated half of that time. You know what I mean?
So how do you, when you went with the grain, how do you keep it consistent throughout the whole, like where it separates from the long hair on top, where you started going with the grain? How do you keep that consistency? Well, so a lot of times it's a little spotty. I know when I do haircuts sometimes.
Yeah, so it's spotty right now. I'll show you. So this was his natural part. His hair was already, in a bun like this already. And so one of the things that I did do was I took some of that hair in the spotty areas, like you see where the spotty area is right above where I'm working with my clipper right now. I took some of that hair that's like inconsistent, and I made a straighter parting and lifted that hair down. Brought that hair down, and that kind of made that spotty area fuller.
So I know that this is a pretty popular haircut. Do you try to clean up those parts most of the time?
Yeah.
It kind of makes a haircut look better, right?
Yeah, it definitely does. Because again, like where it looks like it's a little patchy and stuff, it fills in those areas. So like a lot of times I don't even tell my client. I just grab the hair. Yeah, I just grab the hair and I bring it down. As long as it's not like extreme, you know what I'm saying, where we're bringing that parting up too high. So yeah, this is pretty much the blend with skipping the half guard. We pretty much, if you think about it, all we used was a number 1 guard to do this fade. We went with the grain to keep that darkness. Went against the grain, you know, with the blade, with the one open, then the one closed, then the blade open using the heel, and then fading it down to the blade closed. Now I'm lining it up, and then I'm gonna bald it out with the trimmers, you know, wherever all that bulk is.
When I was a newer barber, I used to call this technique risky business.
So these are actually the skeletons I got stolen from the show. I don't have them anymore.
That thing look blurry though.
Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and bald out all that hair that's underneath that. Sometimes, you know what, like people wonder why some barbers leave the bulk below the bald line. Sometimes just that contrast, it allows you to see the fade a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So some people don't really know why they do it, but like for me, because it creates some type of contrast between the fade and the bald area, it really allows me to see lines and imperfections a little better. So we're just pretty much doing the same steps here. His hair growth pattern is different here. You can see it grows like a different direction, so it looks a little lighter. That number one close with the grain looks lighter on this side than it did on the other. So I gotta be careful that I'm not going too high when I do this blend, because I don't want it to look, you know, lighter on this side than it does on the other. So as I go higher, I'm really taking my time and using trial and error. This is the first time I give him a fade. First time he's ever gotten a fade in his life. I've been cutting his hair since he was a kid.
You think it would be good for somebody who's just practicing that to fade down, maybe to keep it darker, or you think going up?
That's
would be the same
subjective, bro.
thing?
Like, you know what I mean? That's subjective. Everybody feels comfortable kind of different way. I can't say it'll be easier. Like, I know some instructors will literally say it's easier to fade down. How can you say that? You know, for some people shooting a free throw, they shoot a higher percentage doing it granny style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the beauties of like human beings. Like we're all unique. You know what I'm saying? In some type of way. I do think that, you know, scientifically or theory wise, some things are consistent and the same, but technique wise, you can't put anybody in a bubble.
Because if there was a perfect jump shot, everybody would shoot the same.
Everybody shoot the same, yeah. So notice I'm staying far away from like the hairline area, because that's like I haven't really touched that because it's already light from like it's lighter than I would have wanted it. So at this point I'm just kind of detailing away from that.
That's gonna make it pop more, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because if I would have faded consistently on this side the same way I faded on the other side, it would just look super light on this side, especially around the hairline. And like the next time he comes into the shop, like I know better. So even when I start off the cut and I'm going with the grain, I might do a one open with the grain in that area as opposed to a one close like I did on both sides. Because this is the first time I fade him up, so you know I learned from that little mistake. It's still gonna come out good. It's just my OCD has me thinking about that the whole freaking cut. And because we're not using the half guard, I'm just using a lot of corner, a lot of kind of like point cutting with the clipper into imperfect areas. Now we'll go ahead and start to line them up.
What kind of blade did you have on the FX?
On the
clipper,
regular,
yeah.
Just the clipper?
Yeah.
The one it comes with.
Oh, okay.
I actually like that blade now. I think low key they made some changes to that blade because it's zero gaps now, and it's definitely thinner than the original one that I got. Because remember I had gotten a prototype.
Right.
So, and it also cuts a lot quieter. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about on another video. The blade just sits much more snug and it runs quieter, and it seems to cut much smoother than my prototype. Even though the prototype was good, like they definitely made some changes, you could tell. All right, and now so what I'm doing now is I'm detailing the back, because a lot of times the back is like the most stubborn area, because it's the biggest it's the most dense and the most vast area of the fade, right? So I'm just kind of focusing on the back like as if it's a separate haircut, just to bring it all together so that it's fluid, you know what I mean? Especially since he has all these indents and the scalp moves so much more, like it's stretchy, you know what I mean? So you can see just by me cutting hair with the clipper, it moves the scalp so much, it could be a little trickier to blend back here.
I know the back for me takes up the most time. Now, did he ask for a fade? You said it's the first time you faded him. Did he ask for it?
He asked for a fade, yeah. He asked for a fade. I'm like, bald? Oh, yeah. Well, like this? Show him a picture. Yeah, like that. Then I show him one of the barbers with a bald fade. Like that? Yeah. Because you know how it is, man. Like, I'm sure people watching can relate. Like, you've literally tried to make sure your client knows what they're asking for. They still want it. And at the end of the cut, they're like, this ain't what I wanted. like, that's like the scene from Boys in the Hood, swinging in the air. That's what, like, I just want to start punching the air, beat the air up. So I started the lineup in the middle, and just kind of work the natural shape. And now I'm using the mirror to make sure the other side looks, you know, symmetrical to both sides. So, and we're finishing out balding him out. Can't remember if I used the shaver on him or not. Typically, if it's the first time somebody does a fade, I'll do the shaver just around the C cup area, and see how that how his skin reacts to that. All right, so now we're getting the Beam Team XL. Took that thing off the power mat. It's been charging the whole time. Gotta shake up the bottle really well.
Look how crispy the lineup already is, though.
Yeah, it's an enhancement, right? We're just putting the color to enhance the cut. It's not supposed to create the cut. It's just supposed to enhance what you're already doing. Shout out to Sean from Clutch Barbers for the template he made for us. This thing has come in clutch. I appreciate you, bro. But it just gives it a little bit more pop, you know? Especially around his hairline area where it looks a little lighter. It made that look, you know what I'm saying, consistent with the sides, the color tone of the hair, you know what I mean? And this is gonna come in clutch right here to this light area, make it a little bit darker. And one of the things, guys, that you wanna get it on the skin. Sometimes I'll bring a comb, lift the hair up, and make sure it gets on the skin. It's designed to stain the skin, not the hair. So if you just color in hair, it's gonna wash out much quicker. You want it to get onto the scalp. All right, now we'll follow up with the razor. This isn't going to, like, the color's already dry, it's already done. If you oversprayed over the line and you want to clean it up, just spray a little bit of alcohol onto the razor blade, and that'll help you remove some of that color while you're lining it up with the razor.
Have you messed with the pencil at all in the lineups?
The pencil, nah. For me, it's great. It's great for photos and attracting new clientele. But you know, I'm not in that space no more.
Right.
So I would do it for the photography and stuff, but for every haircut and stuff, I'm not doing it. Don't wait. It's a waste of my time. Unless I'm charging amazing prices like Get Beamed, then it's, you know what I mean. For my business case, it doesn't make sense. But if I was trying to build clientele, hell yeah, I'll be using that pencil because it makes the lineup pop so much more. You know what I mean? And it's not like you're making a fake line. The shape is there.
Right.
But yeah, that's the cut, man. See, nice symmetrical lineup. Put the blend on there, and my man's is done. Thank you guys for watching it. Yo, y'all follow Dre Cut It Out on Instagram.
All right, y'all. We out.